Hi, this is Sascha of the German band Wilt, and you're listening to The Bloodshed with the Vampire on Metal Messiah Radio International.
Hi, this is Matze from the German band Wilt, and you're listening to The Bloodshed with the Vampire on Metal Messiah Radio International.
Guys, it's a great pleasure to have you here on The Bloodshed with the Vampire on Metal Messiah Radio.
Thank you very much.
It's an honor.
You're very welcome. Old school death metal band Wilt from Bielefelld, Germany was formed in 2011. Musically, they feel closely associated to famous notorious bands like ENTOMBED, DISMEMBER or Grave. The band was formed by Timm as vocalist, Alex guitarist, Matze as bassist, and Börgy as drummer, and started play live shows in the beginning of 2012. In the following years, the first change on the microphone and guitar were made, and a second guitarist was added to it. With all those respect, guys, Sascha, you just joined the band a couple years later. I don't know if you can answer me this question, but if Matthias can do it, please do so. How was the band formed in 2011, and why you guys used Wilt as the band name?
That's the perfect question for Matze, I think.
Okay, yeah, actually, after the split of my former band, I wanted to start something new, and yeah, so I decided to ask a couple of friends if they want to join me in a metal project in the vein of early 90s death metal and a kind of crustcore something. Yeah, and then there was the question for the name, and we wanted something short, something really catchy, and you know, the best names were gone, such as Slayer, Venom or something, and I was listening to Brutal Truth, and then I thought, hey, Wilt is a really cool name for a band, and yeah, that's the story.
Short but very sharp.
Exactly.
Okay, the band also went to a lineup change a year after the band started to play live shows. Please tell us more. What has happened that Timm and Alex has left the band, and who replaced them?
Timm left the band because he was so many bands at the same time, and he didn't manage to take the time to be part of Wilt, and other left Wilt for job reasons. He moved on to another town, and so he could come to the rehearsals anymore, and yeah, so we needed a new guitarist and a new singer. Yeah, a friend of us, Marko, replaced Alex, an old friend of our drummer joined at the microphone.
Finally, Wilt recorded the first EP, The Welcoming Age, live at a Trollheim studio in Osnabrück, October 2013. After partying with the man on mic, Wilt decided to continue in a very typical metal cast and combine bass and vocals. Sascha, you joined the band in 2013 after Shush left the band. Could you present us the current band lineup, and was you part in the making of the EP The Welcoming Age?
Actually, Shush was still in the band when I joined back in 2013, and I was not a big part in making the EP, but I supported the guys as good as I could. In the final product, I mentioned as band member, but on the EP, unfortunately, I'm not playing.
Okay, but how did you get in touch with the band to be part of it now?
It's a pretty funny story. I wrote for a fanzine a live review of a concert. I saw Wilt live, was thrilled by the harshness of the sound, and because I knew Börgy back in the days and talked to him after the show, that they need a little more heaviness in the guitar. So if they are looking for a second guitarist, it would be great. He replied, yes, we are actually looking. Come to the rehearsal, let's see what you got. That's the story.
Matze, could you tell us how did this EP went for the band?
Oh, the EP went very well. We got to the Trollheim studios and yeah, played the whole thing completely live without the vocals and second guitar. They were added later on a second recording session. Yeah, and then we hit the road and played some shows to promote the EP, and yeah, it was quite a good time to have Sascha on board as a second guitarist and playing live.
The EP, after 5 years that it has been released, do you feel and believe that it was a good start for the band?
I'm not sure from nowadays view. Maybe it was a little bit bit too early to do this record, but a record is always kind of snapshot of what's going on at the moment in this band. And I guess at this point in 2013, it was kind of how Wilt sounded and how we wanted to sound. And yeah, as you know, we changed it in a couple of years and took our time to record a debut album.
Wilt from Hertford, Germany play uncompromised old school death metal. Heavy metal too, sound in the vein of legendary Swedish death metal bands, spiced with British cross D beat and some doom elements. The lyrics are mainly critical about modern society and politics. The main topics are inspired by the daily news of life itself. True, there are also some classical death metal topics written in blood and gore. I guess you guys must be in your late 20s or early 30s, but I must say that the band are really fucking kicking asses.
Yeah.
Who are the bands that really inspire you and the rest of the band, and how come you guys have chosen to play this type of metal?
I think because it's completely a natural thing for us to do death metal. I am in my late 30s, and so I was there back in the day at the early 90s when the death metal thing got really huge and really big. And so for me, it never was a question what kind of music I want to play. And all the bands you mentioned, and maybe bands like Gorefist or Bolt Thrower, Memoriam and stuff, are huge influence, and we listen to it lots of the time. Yeah, so everything went really normal, really natural for us.
Same for me. I'm a huge fan of old school European death metal, such as the Dutch classics like Pentacle or Asphyx, or of course the Swedish legends of Dismember, Carnage, or all the second row bands like Nirvana 2002. This is my style of music. I really love to hear and to play. It's maybe simple but very powerful. If you want to say something, you want to say something loud, and with death metal you can say it pretty loud.
Okay, thank you very much for this explanation. German death metal band Wilt released their full-length album Faces of the Grave independently on February 17, 2018. Matze 10 crushing tracks inspired by classic old school death metal, harsh, ruthless, and straight from the grave. Guys, would you like to explain a little bit about these 10 cruel tunes on this great new album?
I think it's a pretty good mix of different styles we like and we played there, because we've got some trust-inspired songs such as Faces of War. We've got some doomy epicness like Rise from the Grave, the album outro, and some classic Swedish-influenced songs like Blades Within, which was our first output of this album. We made a YouTube video for that to trigger the people, and it went very well. So it's simple ass-kicking death metal, but you hear different influences we had.
Tracking list is as follow: Out of the Black, Any News, All of Freedom Denied, The Blades Within, Faces of War, Why So Serious, A38, Amazing Catch 22, 2x4 Prayer, Rise from the Grave. Wilt offer yet on this new album Face of the Grave a powerful death metal with sometimes hypnotic pumping, times straight sounding drums, nasty grounds, and oppressive driving riffs walls. A lot of melody or even extraordinary experience should not be expected here, but a pure massive wall of sound. How long has the process of writing and getting the lyrics done for the album took place, and how did you guys share this duty and ideas together?
Oh, I think it was a really, really long time, because we wrote the songs in the last couple of years. We lost our singer, Sascha, and had lots of time to write new tracks and playing live. For me, stepping in on the microphone. Usually, Marko comes with an idea, with a riff, sometimes with a complete song or song idea. And at the rehearsal, we put our input and change things, round up the whole thing. And we tried something new for us and wrote 2 songs completely in the rehearsal room by our 4. Yeah, turns out that everyone was really, really happy with the songs. And then we recorded the album on several weekends back in, I guess, June or July 2017 in our own studio, and then give all the tracks Trollheim Studios again.
One thing I want to ask you, how do you feel doing both duties, playing the bass guitar, handling the bass guitar, and also have to do vocals now? How do you feel doing both jobs together?
The first time it was really, really difficult for me to do this. I play bass for a really, really long time, about 20 years or so, and never had done any vocals. Maybe on a record, some backgrounds in the studio or so, but not on stage. Yeah, and when we were looking for a new singer in one rehearsal, I just stepped up the microphone and started to growl. And yeah, after that, the guys looked at me and said, "Oh, I guess we have found a new singer."
That's great, man.
Yeah, but that was a really, really, really much homework for me to do this singing stuff. Nowadays, I really, really like doing both. I love playing the bass, and yeah, I do really love doing the vocals too. So it turns out it was a good idea to did this rehearsal and try to sing, and yeah, I'm really happy with that.
Going to what's the recording details, the band recorded this debut album Faces of the Grave at the Basement Studio in late of summer 2017. It was mixed in the fall at Trollheim Studio again, and was released, as you already know, in February 2018. Would you like to share with us, with the fans, how everything has gone at these studios at Basement and Trollheim, where you already recorded the 2013 EP, The Welking Age?
At the Basement Studio, we had a very, very relaxed situation, because this studio belongs to our other guitarist Marko, and we had all the time we wanted to record the record. And it was very nice working in this environment because we had no pressure at all. We had no record label to say you have to finish at that point, you have to do this and you have to do that. We could be free in our decisions and everything went perfectly fine in that basement. For the final mastering and mixing, we chose our friend Sven Sievering of Trollheim Studios. We knew him since the first EP. He's quite a good friend of us, and we know he's a death metal maniac as well. Mm-hmm. He knows what to do with the raw material, and I think the final result speaks for itself.
Yeah, sure. I like how it turned out. I want to ask you as well about the cover artwork. So very beautiful, but also very strange, if I can say this. How was your work done with Timm of Cocotte Artwork for this cover artwork done?
Timm was the first choice because he's also a friend of us. He lives in our region and he's already pretty popular in the German underground scene because he did a lot of different artworks for different styles of bands. Not only death metal, but thrash metal or even black metal. It was not that difficult for us. We gave him some details about the album, some lyrics. We didn't have any proper idea of what the cover should look like. We said, do it as old school as you could. Look at old school artworks such as Dan Seagrave, and I think he took a very deep look at the Dan Seagrave cover artworks, and we were amazed when we saw the artwork for the first time, and we knew we had something very, very special there. It perfectly fit our record, and Timm will be our artist for the future, I think. He made a terrific job.
And you even did some work with Dima Andriuk, that's right?
Yes, he is the editor of the Tough Riff magazines in France, or worldwide, you have to say. It's a French underground fanzine only for death metal. We contacted him about a flyer artwork for the album. He made us an old school looking flyer. It could be released in the early 90s advertisement, and Dima made a great job also. And everywhere we go, the flyer is with us.
Yes, I saw it, and it's very nice, very touchy.
Yeah, absolutely.
how was the band the album release party gone at GZ Stickers? That was back on March 17?
Yeah, it was a fucking great pleasure. So many people went there and had a great time. We had a great time. We had some friends with us from Uncover, melodic death metal band, and yeah, actually we wanted to have some other friends with us, Mayak, but Mayak, yeah, the singer, got sick 2 days before the gig, and so we had to improvise and look for another band, and someone came up with Kanaima, and we listened to them, and wow, that guy's really kick-ass. And so we asked them.
Matze, one question. Where are they from?
Kanaima are from Bielefelld as well.
What kind of metal they play?
Some death metal with some influences from doom or stoner. Really great music.
Do they have a new album out as well?
No, they are working on the first album, but they have a demo tape so far called the Demon Tape.
Okay, I'll check it out.
Yeah.
That night became a very great night for the band then.
Absolutely, it was a hell of a ride. We had so much fun, and the crowd were extremely excited about the new material. We played the whole album and some old stuff from the EP, and we had never recorded, and yeah, it was fucking great.
Talking about the following shows, I know you have something coming out that's May 11th in Hanover. Would you like to announce this show in Hanover, please?
Yeah, actually, we are asked by a band from Hanover. It was the Black Chord, melodic death metal band. The guitarist of them is the brother of a drummer I used to play in a band for a really short time, and so they asked us if we would like to play Hanover, and yeah, we are really happy to play Hanover because we've never been there so far, and yeah, this will be a really great show with some really great death metal bands, melodic death metal bands.
This will be where? In which place?
Hanover Nordstadt, Subculture. Subkultur, yeah, subculture.
The event's name is Mit Prügel durch die Nordstadt. It's German for with bashing through the North City.
Okay, very great. But you're also gonna be playing on August 14 in Osnabrück. You're gonna be playing with this great metal band from the USA. I'm talking about Misery in Dags with Damnation, also Defaced. Damnation Defaced. How is the band enthusiasm of the band to share stage with Damnation Defaced, and especially with this great death grindcore band Misery Index out of Maryland, USA?
Words can't tell. I'm into Misery Index since 2003 or something. I have all the records, all splits, and it's a fucking honor. I can't tell you what this means to me to share stage with fucking Misery Index. I love them.
Okay.
I'm pretty excited too.
I think they are excited to come to Germany and to share stages with you guys. And tell me a little bit of Damnation Defaced.
Damnation Defaced is also a German old school death metal band. I did not met the guys yet, but I checked out their latest record, and it will be a blast in the basement of the Bastard Club in Osnabrück.
Do you already have more shows already scheduled for the last part of the year? If it's so, where will they be?
After the festival summer in Germany, we only got the gig in Osnabrück yet, but there are plannings for the final year, but nothing we can fix at this moment.
Okay, great. Anyone who likes German underground but awesome bands like Lifeless or Ravener Flash, who we interviewed last year, does not go around here and gets a successful death metal board from East Westphalia. Okay, guys, my last question for now: is the band now working for a record label to promote and support this album, Faces of the Grave, or you prefer to do it on the next album?
We will see about that. At this moment, we are very happy with the situation. We didn't expect such a great response, and we will promote the debut for ourselves, and maybe when it's It's coming to the second record. Maybe there will be a label. Maybe we will do it as a self-release again. We will see. Time will tell.
Okay, I want to hand you over, guys, Sascha and Matze. I want to hand you over the microphone of Metal Messiah Radio for you to invite all your friends, all the fans to support the band, to buy this great new album, and if you have merchandises, to buy them as well, and to attend the shows you have coming up. The microphone is all yours.
Yeah, thanks guys for having us, first of all. And if you're interested in supporting us or buying our stuff or merch or CD, check out our Bandcamp site at wiltingmusic.bandcamp.com and see one of our shows. We'll have you live and have a few beers or something, having a great time with you.
Thank you, Sascha, and the microphone is now yours, Matze.
Yeah, thank you. As Sascha said already, we have some merch left and some patches and the CD and also tape. And yeah, we're curious how the next time is going on for Wilt, and we like to see lots of you guys, maybe on the German festivals like in Flammen or Partisan, where we will be as well. And thank you all for your support. This is great.
You know, it's not because you are German, it's not because the band comes from Germany, but you know, the place that I enjoy the festival the most is Germany, and I believe Germany is the best place where the festivals are on this world. And I love festivals, like I said, I love Wacken. For the last years, all the time at the Wacken, and well, I hope I can still make it for this year, where I've already seen the lineups are awesome again. And as you say, Party Song open year, you have different festivals, a lot of festivals. I've been to Summer Breeze as well, Eastern Dark Metal Meeting, and many more. So probably see you guys on the road. I hope we can meet to have some back beers together.
That would be great.
And in the meantime, I wish you all the best with this great album. You guys out there, if you really like I said before, if you really like some cruel, old school death metal, you have to go out there and buy this new album. Support this great band, Wilt, and buy this great new album, Faces of the Grave, in order to keep the metal going and keep all these metal bands alive. So, like I always say, metal on. Bye-bye, guys.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Bye. Hi, this is Matze of the German band Wilt, and I'd like to congratulate Metal Messiah Radio International with the 10th anniversary.
Hi, this is Sascha of the German band Wilt, and I'd like to congratulate Metal Messiah Radio International with its 10th anniversary.